And you probably didn't see it up in the Northeast or the Northwest, but if you were in Texas or Oklahoma, what on earth was that streaking across the night sky in those states? Check out the video from the police dash cam. I was going to sing some crazy song that, had to, but listen, it was a routine traffic stop that caught this, but the FAA is now weighing in on what that is. It is a meteor. That's the fireball. It was an actual meteor. The reports came as far south as Waco, Texas, and as far north as Oklahoma City, of people saying, yikes.
So much more fun to say it was a UFO. Yeah. Rob Marciano's in Atlanta with the National Weather Forecast. Did you see it, Rob?
No, but that's striking video. It definitely looks more like a UFO than as a fireball or a meteor, but I'll take FAA's word on that. Hey, another picture from space, actually. The dark
fireball falling right out of the sky. It was so bright. It was like a little piece of the sun falling with a big torch behind it. I chalked that up in the old bucket list. I saw a meteorite during the day.
John Haley saw an unusual event over San Antonio's sky today. A streak of fire was seen shooting down from the sky.
We got a bunch of calls from people asking what it was on their bucket list, and Storm Tracker 4 Chief Meteorologist John Gerard is here to explain the mystery light or ball or whatever.
That's right. Well, according to NASA, spring is fireball season. Who knew? Anyway, I spoke to our astronomer expert, Bob Kelly, with Scobie Planetarium, and it was a meteor from a phenomenon that's called April fireballs. Take a look. This is what they look like. It looks like a ball of fire streaking across the sky, hence the name fireball. They are usually brighter than a shooting star and can happen at any time of the day or night. So that's why you saw one today extra bright. For reasons astronomers don't fully understand, they occur in early April. Now,
did you see it? Well, a lot of people heard it.
Cleveland County 911.
Yes, ma'am. Have y'all had any reports of an explosion down in Fort Shoals area?
Calls poured into emergency dispatchers across the upstate. Callers said it sounded like a crash. Amy Wood thought someone was kicking in her door. You know, there's that whole 2012 Mayan thing. And the National Weather Service says something was probably speeding toward Earth from outer space.
You were awake about 1:40 this morning. You may have noticed a mysterious bright light in the night sky.
Well, that's the big question. Everyone wants to know what it was they saw flying across the sky, but maybe nobody wants to know more than the lady that lives in this home. She says she saw lights, heard a boom, then heard a crash in the woods near her home. This video sent in by Joseph Fiddler of Greenville shows the light reflecting off his car's windshield.
All units, check your mic for open mic on channel 1. Station 2, explosion, Carl Drive and Quail Drive.
Sparrow Station 2. I copy. Explosion.
Station 2, that's affirmative. Explosion, Carlton Drive and Quail Drive. We're getting these all over the county.
Copy.
Charlie 50, check an explosion. Got Station 2 en route as well. Carlton Drive and Quail Drive. Be advised, we're getting these all through the county.
I saw a falling star about 10 minutes ago. I don't know if that got something to do with it.
Sure, can you check the area? I don't really have an area. We're receiving numerous calls in reference to the last explosion in the area. We probably received about 50. And something was streaking across the sky.
Welcome back, everyone. We want to stress we have no idea what this is, but we can bring you some pictures of it now. A meteor or a comet or a jet trail or an asteroid or a piece of space junk. It certainly doesn't look like that. We have no idea. Carla Karaitiana from Island Bay in Wellington sent in these photos. Other people have talked about seeing it as far north as the Kapiti Coast and as far south as South Ashburton, so just south of Ashburton. The really interesting thing is everyone has a different opinion on what it is. We have seen received lots of emails saying that's a vapor trail, but other people are saying it's absolutely not a vapor trail. Let's talk to some of the people who've seen it. We're going to start with Kim Reese. Kim, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
How are you, Kim?
Good.
Good. Where are you?
I'm in Dobson, the West Coast.
Okay, great. Okay, gosh, okay, you're on the coast. What did you see?
To me, it looked like the size of a helicopter on fire right in front of me, falling through and about to land just in the trees in front of me. It was huge, and I mean, there was a trail behind it, but this was a ball of fire in front of me. I instantly thought it was a helicopter crashing, so I grabbed my daughter and we just ran to the nearest house and called the police. That's how close it was.
Did you hear anything?
No, I stopped and listened. I thought if it was going to explode and hit the ground, I would have heard it, but that's there was nothing. So.
eigenaardig, hoor. Daar is de stand van Bethlehem.
Ja, dat is niet voor de sternchen.
The skies lit up in the American Southwest last night from Arizona all the way west to California. Witnesses reported a brilliant light streaking across the sky. No one knew what it was they'd just seen. Today, the head of NASA's Near-Earth Object Program, yes, there is one, says it was an asteroid fragment, probably the size of a volleyball, trailing fire and sparks across the sky before it burnt itself out. He said we're just not used to seeing them over populated areas.
Many of you spot a giant ball of light. There it is, zipping through our skies tonight. Everybody has their own opinion of what the heck this glow is, just flying by. A UFO, a meteor, even a plane on fire. Thanks for choosing us tonight. I'm Katie Rammel.
And I'm Steve Irwin. We started getting calls on this into our newsroom shortly before 8 o'clock, dozens of them. And we've had reports this ball of light has been seen as far away as Nevada and Colorado.
So, of course, we put our crews quickly out to work to find out what exactly this is. ABC 15's Adam Slinger joins us live. And Adam, what did you find out about this?
You know, we've made calls to everyone from NASA to the National Weather Service. And right now, no one seems to know exactly what it was. Now, our reporter, ABC 15's Brian McElhatton, snapped this picture for us just about 2.5 hours ago. He says he saw two different events. Now, this is a picture of the first event. He saw this little orange dot streaking across the sky. It did not make a sound, and he says it hovered above the clouds for about 15 minutes or so before it disappeared into the atmosphere. Then, about 30 minutes later, he saw a meteorite.
And you could see pieces falling off. It almost looked like a Roman candle flying horizontally through the sky, if you're familiar with that. That blasted maybe 4 to 5 seconds.
This massive green ball shooting through the sky horizontally, and it had a big old white tail, but it was so bright and crazy and beautiful, and I couldn't believe that I was witnessing it.
That's Holly Picard, another witness. Now, this is a picture of the Upper Atmosphere Research Satellite. NASA says it is expected to fall to Earth somewhere between Alaska and southern Africa, which is a pretty big section of the sky, but they're not expecting the satellite to fall until the end of the month. Now, back out here live, our newsroom was lighting up too with phone calls. We had calls from Glendale, Chandler, Maricopa, North Scottsdale, North Phoenix, Prescott Valley, all wanting to tell us what they saw and asking what it was. The National Weather Service even told us the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office called them because their aviation unit saw the same thing over the Deer Valley Airport. By the way, if you're
turning to democracy.
Thank you, Evelyn. We have more developing news tonight. Numerous police agencies are getting reports from callers who witnessed something mysterious falling from the sky.
Yeah, and joining us in the newsroom now with more on this is KCAL9's Lena Nguyen. What have you been hearing and what have you been seeing about this?
Well, Rick and Sharon, you know, we first got the call from a tipster who we hear from and depend on for several stories out in the Inland Empire. And as soon as we put it out there to our street team members, telling you to email us any video or write us if you've seen anything, and we've been flooded with responses. Let me just read some of them. This is Jeff writing from La Puente. At around 7:40 p.m., I pulled into my driveway in Corona, and my next door neighbor was standing on his driveway, and I was turned talking to him facing east, and a very large green object began shooting across the sky. As it appeared to get closer to Earth, it turned orange, red, and then appeared to break up into smaller objects, unlike any shooting star I've ever seen. Now from Riverside, Ed says, I and my family witnessed the meteor or object that has landed. It was large and green with sparks that were flying all around it. We were on top of a hill in Riverside, California. Mary and Brian from Irvine. So this is really a large area that we're hearing from. They write, we were sitting on our terrace and a very large fiery object was falling from the sky. We saw colors of green, red, and yellow. It appeared quite large. Fell behind one of the foothills as we were looking southeast from the Turtle Rock area in Irvine. I shouted, it's a falling star, but as we watched, my husband said it's way too large to be a falling star, so maybe a meteorite, even a small plane, they thought as they were watching that. Tony is writing us. He lives in a rural area east of Riverside County, says that he saw the object. It started out white, then turned to green. And he says, I thought it was a plane going down at first and then realized it was just space junk of some sort, and it landed about 10 miles from his house. We've got Christine from Marietta also writing us. I was just returning home and was backing into my garage when I looked up towards the east, southeast, and saw a falling object pretty low in the sky. Yellow star-shaped light seemed to get bright and then burn out as it got pretty close to the horizon. So if you happen to see it and capture it on video or pictures, please send it in to streetteam@cbs.com.
A suspected meteorite has fallen across the ancient Peruvian city of Cusco. Residents of the capital of the Inca Empire were surprised to see the object shooting across the horizon at around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Local officials are still trying to determine where the object may have landed.
Yeah, it'd be great to see what that actually is when they get up to it.
Yeah, good luck finding it though, quite a vast area.
Yeah, and there won't be a great deal left, I would have thought, I think. Sarah Jane, thank you.
Me llama la atención aquello en el cielo. Ahí estoy sobre la carretera y voy a hacer la aproximación. ¿Qué será? No tengo idea. Lo voy a alejar.
Pero sigue prendido fuego, ¿o no?
Haber visto que una bola de fuego azul provocó el incidente.
Levanté la cortina y miré así, se rompió una pera, una luz que cayó en la casa. Me doy vuelta, cuando me doy vuelta, reventaron todos los vidrios.
Minutos antes de las 2 de la madrugada en la ciudad de Monte Grande, en la provincia de Buenos Aires, una fuerte explosión terminó con la calma del lugar. Una mujer falleció y 6 personas resultaron lesionadas, por lo que los testigos del hecho describen como una bola de fuego azul que cayó del cielo directamente en el hogar de la fallecida. Tras el impacto, los habitantes del sector aseguran que diferentes automóviles no funcionaban, lo que dio paso a las primeras hipótesis. Debido a la presunta carga electromagnética del objeto, el rumor de que se trataría de un cuerpo celeste comenzó a circular de inmediato.